Today we are going to be looking at text formatting, or let's call it HTML formatting. So the first step, I need to go into my workspace, our programming class folder. Then we are going to create a new file, and we are going to call that file formatting. Now, if you have used MS Word before, you would understand there is what we call text formatting, and the major text formatting this thing that we have in MS Word is we have the italic, the bold, and the what's it called? We have the sub and the subscript. So I'm going to show you all that. We have that in HTML as well. Now let's assume let's have a paragraph. I'm going to create a paragraph now. Now I'll call this is a bold text. Then I'm going to save it, and I will run the code. You see we have this normal looking text. It's not bold. Now if I want to make this thing look bold, this paragraph, the entire paragraph or part of it, let me just make part of it bold. I'm going to do the B tag. Then let me just copy, delete this, and put it in between the tags, the B tag. The B stands for bold. I'll put the this there, so this is it. Then I'm going to run it. If you discover this over this is actually a little bit bolder than the rest of the text. Now I know if you might have guessed, if you want to make the whole text bold, all we need to do is to wrap everything in between the bold text. So I'm going to call this B, so you can see they're all in between the bold text. Then I'm going to run it, and you see everything is now bold. Now the next thing I'll need to do now, I want to make another paragraph. Create another paragraph. I'm going to create another paragraph for the italic, to make italic text. So I'm going to do this, so you can see in between these. Now we're going to write this text is italic. Yeah, so I'm going to run it. You're going to see it's going to be on a slide. You can see it's a little bit bent, it's not straight, so that shows the text is what italic. You can make a single part of it italic. Now one of the function of this is that you can make emphasis with all these. When you are typing, you want to make emphasis on something, you put italic, or you make it a little bit bold or something else, and so on and so forth. So that is how we have a lot of things we can do with it. Now let me show you some fancy trick. I think this is one of the most parts I love about this formatting in HTML. So there's what we call subscript. That's SUB script and SUP script, or superscript. So the sub, let's just do it. Say SUB. I like showing you guys the practical so that you can really get it when we are doing this. This is a sub. Then I'm going to run it. Now if you observe, the sub, the this is inside the sub, and if you watch here, is below the normal line. It's a little bit is below, like subway. So it's below the normal line of text. Now then we have the SUP, which is a sub. I'm going just to create another paragraph, and I'm going to call this SUP and close it. Then I will say this. Then also outside of this, I'm going to call it is a sub. Then I'm going to run it. Then you see the this is a little bit up. Now let me show you a beautiful way to plane this example that we would actually get it is. There is what we call H2O. Okay, there's what we call H2O in chemistry. And if you want to write H2O, let me just clean this first so that you get the concept. Let's say we have H2 and what? O. Now, if you play it, it will display normally. Remember in chemistry, the O is always at the top of the 2, the figure 2 there. Now, for us to bring this O upward, all we need to do is to put it what? Inside the SUP, because we want it to go up. So we're going to use the SUP, S-U-P. Then we close it. In between, we'll now put our O. If we play it, you can see we have the H2O. So that is it. If you want all those 100 degree Fahrenheit or degrees Celsius, you can use this SUP to do that. So that's that for that. We have other ones. We have, let me do one more. The rest are not really basically important. We have a emphasis. We have let's do mark. So I'm going to make a paragraph. Then I'm going to make a mark tag. Then in between I'll say hello. Then outside of it I'll put the word. Then if you run it now, you will notice we have hello word. Now the hello, sorry, I didn't put space in between. Hello is not complete. Then I'm going to add a space to this and run it. Okay, fine. Now you can see the hello is being marked. So there's like an alight marker on it, a yellow alight marker. So that's that for that. We have the small. Yes, we have the small. Yes, we have the small. So let me do small. Then I'm going to do high there. Then I'm going to run it, and you can see the I in between. Let me just give a space. So you can see the I is smaller than the there. So kind of reduce the size. If you don't want to use, that's why I said these things are not relevant. Like the small is not relevant because you can actually reduce the font size of your text dynamically with CSS. So it's not really useful, but for the cover to cover all the basics we have here. Then we have insert. Yes, inserted. We have inserted. The tag is ins. Close it and we'll say my G. So going to run it, and you can see it's underlined and all that. So that is just that. We have so that's that. We have delete, we have mark, we have small, and so on. So let me just do the delete. That's the last one we have here. We have on HTML formatting, text formatting. This is how to format your text. So if you are writing an article, you want to apply different style to different parts or sections of your text, you can use those things. Now let's do the last one, which is the delete, DL. And we'll close our tag. In between, we'll say, hey, Nigeria. And I'm going to run it, and you can see the A is struck through, while the other one is underlined under it. The other one is struck through. So that is it, all under text formatting. We have EM, is for emphasis. There is no really serious thing there. It's almost the same thing as italic. So that's that.